Yo, 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 yo. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. How y'all doing? How your mama doing? Everybody good? Feeling good, feeling great. How are you? First Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
You know what it is? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Yo, 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 yo. Ha ha. Make me feel good. Halle Berry, make me feel good.
Not the Monsters Ball.
Good morning, y'all.
Top of the morning. See him rolling in.
They rolling in. That's what's up. Oh, yeah. My favorite day of the week. Wonder Women Wednesdays.
Woman. Getting ready to be delivered.
Like, Keisha gives us a woohoo Wednesday. That's what's up.
All right. Woohoo Wednesday. I like that.
Ace Pops, one of his favorite jams. I appreciate that. Make me feel good.
Ain't this called Pop's Jam?
This is Young Pop's Jam. This is my jam. We'll play Pop's Jam next. Welcome, and good morning to you. This is First Sky Omaha Radio. First Sky Omaha in the morning. Paul B, Buddi3 Da Gawd, Star Trek Rich is going down on this Wednesday, July 20th, 2022. 2D2. Facebook user says morning. Faces on lock. Follow the money.
Hey.
I like that Star Trek reference.
Y'all know what it is, man.
Put our faces on stun, though. We don't hurt nobody around here.
Ain't trying to hurt nobody. Get on down.
Just get on up, get on down. It's going down. Thank you for joining us over on the radio channel. If you're listening, appreciate you tuning in. We're going to get that 630 crew set back together again. Yep. Good morning, all. I'm seeing some good mornings coming in from Facebook users. Let me get on the phone here and see if I can see who's talking. This program, I tell you what.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
By the way, I know Michelle Trosclair today. She is just too wrapped up in her duties right now, man. She's got to work on getting her back on. You might have to do some setting her up and doing some recordings of the soapbox moments so she can come in and get down.
Can we just like set something up in her office and like just do live from the office? Because I know you got them stream ready over there. I know you got them stream ready.
We're working on it, but yes, we can set up an office and get that busy, get that going. Matter of fact, that's something that we're looking at doing live from the Benson Theater on some days. Yeah. So I'm with that. We got a good morning from Judy Prinzer. Good morning. Okay. You are listening on the radio. Appreciate that, Beth. Good morning to you as well.
Hey, top of the morning. Everybody out there going to and fro.
Are y'all back from y'all back? What's going on, Beth? I'm so mad they went to go see Red Hot Chili Peppers, man.
Man.
And Anderson .Paak.
I mean, come on. You know where we're gonna be at in the week, man. Don't be mad. Let them have it. Let them have it.
True. How you doing this morning, buddy? By the way.
I'm good, man. I'm good. Feeling rested today. Yeah, feeling rested. It was a little tired on Monday. I'm not gonna lie, man, but back into the swing of things, kind of naturally waking up around the 6:45, 6:30 time. But yeah, I sleep in my studio.
Okay, that's what's up. I'm feeling a little bit more rested. I was more rested Monday than I am today, but I'm feeling good though. Feeling good. That was Mark Manor that gave us a good morning. What's happening, brother? Good morning to you as well.
Hey.
Yeah, man. Got to get down with Mark Manor. We got to get over there. Homers. All my friends are record collectors. Are you my friends?
I'm kind of a record collector. Actually, can you see?
I can't see what you got going on.
That's not a good look. No, a couple records back there. I got a couple records back there, and behind those records are records, and then I got like a yeah.
You got records on records on records.
Hey, trying to get more, man.
Yeah, you got to
I want to go
collect,
like international record shopping. You know what I'm saying? Go down to Brazil. Heard they got some good jazz and funk grooves down there.
I like that idea a lot. Got a good morning from Chelsea. What's happening? Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday to you too. We got some special guests coming in the house today. Of course, it'll be Politicin with P coming up. It's always a good time with her. And you know what? It's funny because when we were talking to her the other day, she was like, she got all kinds of stuff to drop on us today, so I can't wait.
Man.
She said, baby, Wednesday show gonna be lit.
And when she hit you with the baby,
she hit you with the baby, you know it's coming.
You know.
We also got Deejay Vado in the house. Actually, he's gonna be live from Atlanta. So that's what's up. And Katie Raine is gonna be in the house today. So that's a blast from the past as far as the broadcast is concerned. So
those who remember the Minor Soul days used to be on Saturdays with Katie Raine's Magic.
Yeah, man. Katie, what was it?
Katie Raine's Magic, the Detox.
The Detox, that's right. Yeah, man. So we'll get to catch up with her, see what she got going on. Her and Vado have teamed up on some multimedia stuff. Vado is just, if you don't know about Deejay Vado, you're going to find out today. You're going to
learn today. Yeah, definitely making some big moves down here in Atlanta. And this is a part of a conscious thing that we're trying to do as far as expanding our reach, expanding our topics and conversation, and continuing that Atlanta Omaha connection as we've been making, man. So definitely looking forward to this conversation. And we got to get Trishana on, man. I don't know if y'all know about Mixon's Trishana Helm, but she's been killing the game down here in Atlanta. I'm definitely proud to see the waves that she's making, not just in business, but now getting into the media game with her own podcast, getting love on like the Shade Room and Breakfast Club and all that. Yeah, she's killing the game.
Well, everywhere was talking about her Hip Hop DX.
Yeah, man.
Threw that stuff up about
about Ross.
Ross talking crazy on there. Yeah, she got it out of him for sure.
Man,
in the news big time. Hey, do us a favor if you're on Facebook, share the show. Let's get as many people in the conversation as we can today.
Yeah, man.
It's gonna be a good day. So hopefully everybody comes on in and we get to talking. Let us know how you feeling, how you doing too. We never did hear about what you had going on the break. Some of you said some of the things that you were doing. What else happened over the break that was significant? Anybody go on any vacations? Anybody do anything nice?
Yeah. How you feeling this morning, man?
I'm feeling all right. Feeling okay. Just hit me this morning that the trip is a week away. So
yes, sir.
So I'm going into panic mode on everything we need to do to get out here. But other than that, just I'm cool, man. Just finding that rhythm again. Just finding that rhythm, getting in, and feel good about talking to the crew again about stuff that's happening. Because it's funny, man. You see something in the news or read something, and you just be like, I wish we were on right now talking about it with everybody. See what everybody.
No, seriously. Felt. I had that real bad as soon as we went on break, and again that Roe v. Wade stuff broke. I was like, yeah. But we needed that break. And we definitely, as Paul mentioned, appreciate all the support that we received throughout the break, man. People still donating, people still, sending in their subscriptions and whatnot. So again, tell a friend. Definitely check that out. FirstSkyOmaha.com/donate if you'd like to support what it is that we're doing here. And if you're not familiar with what it is that we're doing, again, this, shout out to all the first-time listeners, last-time listeners, all the chat chimers out there. We appreciate you. We love you. But thank you. But this is a place where we come together and let our minds be free, let our voices be heard, and try to read between the lines, really, of some of the things that's going on around the world, around the country, and also especially around our neighborhoods, our communities of Omaha, Nebraska. And now we're expanding again to Atlanta. So looking forward to that. As well, but don't be afraid. Let your mind be free. Let your voice be heard. Chime into the chat. Let us know what's going on in your world. Also, if there's not anything that we're discussing that is important to you, feel free to drop that in the chat. And if we have some information on it. We'll discuss it. Again, this season is Follow the Money, so we'll definitely continue doing that, talking about some of the money that's coming in and out of the community, and also how we could possibly make us some money during these next couple of months, man. That's what me and Paul is all definitely for sure.
Man, that's the recession that's supposed to be coming.
Man.
I'm hearing about it every day. It's ugly. It's already ugly. Just spending triple the money at the grocery store for stuff that didn't cost so much before. And
I just saw $10 for a loaf of bread.
Well,
$10, man.
The whole time I was in Hawaii, I was tripping on that stuff. $10 for a gallon of milk. But that was Hawaii. That was them putting the plane ticket on stuff.
Right.
We paying that kind of $5 gas. Like this was all happening 20 years ago in Hawaii. But now it's like that here, and it's a trip. I'm in Nebraska, it's like that. Like, man, I wonder. I got to call some folks in Hawaii, see how bad it is. Or it must be.
It got to be worse
over there. Yeah,
it has to be. And they say it's going to get even harder as we get deeper into the winter here. So, maybe the baby formula shortage wasn't the end of it. So, yeah, we're definitely going to talk about how to make us some money, how to survive through this. And we're here together, man. So if you have any information, any ideas, definitely drop it into the chat. But in the meantime, in between time, let's go ahead and get this thing going for real. Is that all right? Is that all right?
Yeah, man.
Paul B, Buddi3 Da Gawd, Star Trek Rich in the background as always doing his thing. Squad, as we like to say. And of course, we have a few guests rolling through. All of you, let's get this thing going. First Sky Omaha in the morning. Let's go.
Good morning. Once again, you're listening to First Sky Omaha Radio. First Sky Omaha in the morning. Paul B, Buddi3 Da Gawd, Star Trek Rich. This is season 4, Follow the Money, and it is 7:20. So it's July the 20th right now, 2022 on this Wednesday. So thanks for joining us. Thanks for getting in early with us and chiming into the chat. This is a discussion that we will have about some of the things that you have been talking about. We pulled it straight from friends of First Sky Omaha, and we really appreciate you guys that are putting articles and things in there, letting us know what you want to talk about, and we will definitely be talking about those things. We also got some special guests coming in the house today. Of course, we'll be politicking with Beeee pretty soon. Hey. So Precious McKesson will be in the house, and then we have Deejay Vado, who's going to be live from Atlanta, and also Raine, who's going to be in the studio this morning as well. So lots of activity, lots of stuff going on, and we'll jump into it and get talking about it. In the chat real quick, Christy Norris said, I started a new job. That's what she did over the break.
Hey, congrats.
Let us know what the new job is. Like to hear about that for sure. We got a good morning from Wanda Lewis. What's happening, Miss Lewis? Also, Stacey Jean says, good morning, First Sky Omaha family and friends. Appreciate you. Gail Allen, what's going on, Aunt Gail?
Hey,
says good morning. Yep. And Rosalind Coleman is giving us a good morning. Buns, I got to get used to the last name, but I'm gonna do it. Rosalind Coleman in the house. What's going on?
Is that the one you went to the wedding for?
Yeah.
Okay,
She had the flyest wedding that probably I ever been to. It was real cool. First of all, it was like the family needed to get together on a good occasion, but it was also just super fly. I was like, man, this. If I was gonna do it, I'm gonna do it like this. It was classy. It was real nice.
Okay. Out in Vegas, right?
Out in Vegas, man. Yeah.
That's how you gonna do it.
When you think Vegas, you think drive through.
Just sign the certificate, keep it going.
Right. But nah, man, this was a all-in-one, like laid out joint. They had a real nice outside ceremony, a little inside where the DJ was at. I had to hook up with the DJ out there. He was from the local black station. He was in there rocking the old school and all that. So it was dope, man. Super cool event.
Congrats, Roslyn. Congrats. And a big shout out to all the chat chimers, man. We appreciate you. We love you. We thank you. Again, keep chatting into the chime or chiming into the chat. Let your mind free, let your voices heard. And definitely go ahead and join us in this next conversation, man, because as Paul mentioned, following the money.
Yep.
That's what we doing. And this next thing might really help get some money into some places that we need. Talk about the Malcolm X Memorial Foundation. The Nebraska Hall of Fame Commission is holding its first hearing for a new inductee. Again, talking about the late great brother Malcolm Little, aka Malcolm X, aka El Haj Malik El Shabazz. Yes, born right in the heart of North Omaha. And finally, the Nebraska Hall of Fame is considering inducting Malcolm X into the Hall of Fame. I don't know how do we feel about this, man? Is it really reason to celebrate, or is it like finally? Like, what are your thoughts?
Well, I read the article. Shout out to, I think it was Paul Philman that let us know, hipped us to this. They already had one meeting, and Malcolm X's name was not mentioned. So somebody came back and said, let's mention that, and so now they got to have a second hearing. That hearing is happening today. That's happening today. The Nebraska Hall of Fame is hosting a public hearing this coming Wednesday, July 20th, for the induction. So go to History Nebraska, the Nebraska Hall of Fame, get some more information there, see how you can go be a part of it, maybe show up.
Yep.
And advocate for that situation. But yeah, man, it's how long is it going to take for them to recognize that Malcolm X was born in Omaha? And they don't hardly act like it. They act like the one or two visits that happened with Martin Luther King was more important than the birthplace. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really interesting here. So I lived around the corner from the birthplace of Malcolm X for years and didn't realize that's where I was living. So like, they probably need to do something about that. And this is one step. It's a symbolic one, but
I mean, I'll put it like this, man. I went to high school around the corner and don't remember ever taking one field trip, one homework assignment, nothing directed us to the Malcolm X Memorial Foundation, to the grounds, to the actual site where Malcolm X was. We talk about Malcolm X. Yeah. Malcolm X, born right in North Omaha, and they act like it never happened, man. And to put it in a stark contrast, if you ever been down here to Atlanta and you seen the memorial for Martin Luther King Jr., it's a whole different story, man. It's like several blocks spanning, different moments of his life. The school, the house that he was born in, still well preserved. They got, all kind of family. It's ridiculous in comparison to and no shade to the Malcolm X Memorial Foundation, the work that they're doing, trying to what they have preserved, even getting the house built on the land. Big strides, but this could get them some real attention and some real money as far as getting this in the Hall of Fame, and it's be a good time to start getting some ass and get some attention towards the Malcolm X Memorial Foundation, and that's a big thing. Me, man, not just again getting Malcolm's name in this Hall of Fame, which is already, this is a whole different conversation. It's too late. It's too late. Again, follow the money. My conversation and where I want to point this is, again, let's actually invest. Let's actually celebrate Malcolm X and invest in the foundation, because it is a community gem.
Yeah, and also, I'm thinking about the city, how the city embraces a thing is also how that foundation is going to be embraced. So you talked about the way that Martin Luther King is portrayed there. The city has embraced. Let's dedicate blocks to the memory of this man and so on. So it we worked there for several years, seeing the struggle at the Malcolm X Memorial Foundation, to struggling against growth in a city that hasn't embraced this situation, hasn't embraced this fact. I talked to some folks even recently that was just like, why are we interested in Malcolm X? He didn't do nothing but hate white people. Like, that's still what white folks out here in Nebraska say, bro. Like, stuff I was hearing in the 80s when I first learned about, what I'm saying? Like, it's a trip. Facebook user says they don't want to recognize CRT. They won't want to recognize Malcolm. We shall see. So sounds like there's not even a lot of hope that he will even get into the Hall of Fame here.
Even with this hearing, huh?
Pop says a prophet is not unhonored except in his own hometown, is what Jesus said long ago. Wow. That's deep.
Brother Malcolm, a prophet. It's an interesting thought. It's an interesting thought. Pop's coming with the Jesus quotes. But yeah, man. I mean, you go to New York, he gets more love at the Audubon Ballroom out there than he does, you know, here in Omaha.
Where he
And
died, then
right.
other than where he was born. Interesting.
Right. So we shall see, though. We shall see. We'll definitely keep our eyes on this hearing and see what the outcome is. And of course, we're gonna talk about it.
Oh yeah, for sure. And if you can get down there, definitely check it out. You got to look up the information there. Let me bring that caption back up real
Yeah.
quick.
What time was that?
I didn't see the times on there. Did you see the times on that caption? I didn't see that. Let me bring it back up if I can find it again. Here it goes. Yeah, not seeing it. Just July 20th. So yeah, what I did was look up that history.nebraska.gov. I actually just typed in Google Nebraska Hall of Fame, Malcolm X, and the whole situation came up. That story came up. So definitely go check that out if you can. And let's keep our eye on it. See what happens.
Bring it back around during the haps. We'll have that information for you.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
sounds good.
But let's go ahead, keep it moving, man, and continue to follow the money and look at what's going on. This is a one from brother Omar Valentine. Posted this on our Friends of page. Big shout out to him. Would definitely love to hear some thoughts. And brother Vaughn Chapman has some things to say about this. But the nonprofit capacity building a program that's coming from the Omaha Community Foundation. It says through dynamic professional development activities and executive coaching sessions, the nonprofit capacity building program helps nonprofit leaders of color, quote unquote, strengthen their organization, expand their network, and amplify their impact in the community. And I know shout out to Senator Terrell McKinney, put some respect on his name, who has a lot to say about nonprofits and the work that they are or aren't doing in the community. And there was a sense that a lot of people kind of feel like this is kind of more of the same. So definitely love to hear from the people on your thoughts of this capacity building program. Again, it's choosing up to 10 leaders who will participate in a 10-month curriculum design to unpack and uplift their unique experiences while also increasing their organizational and leadership capacity. So again, 10 leaders from the community will be chosen for this 10-month program to develop and strengthen their organizational skills. On the surface, it looks like it could be good, but again, there is a little apprehension towards this. So, thoughts?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I would know I was talking about this with you earlier about the Omaha, just that whole organization. I always felt a little bit skeptical about that. I felt like there are a little bit of some gatekeepers. The Omaha of what is the Omaha
Community Foundation.
Community Foundation, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Who knows? I'm not really sure about like what this is going to end up doing. I know that we always talk about how much of a nonprofit town this is. We also apply for grants for the things that we do.
Yeah.
We always apply with people with grantors that are not that don't require anything of us but to do what we do. If they like what we do, then they want to help fund that, then cool. We have never been in a situation where anybody had to ask us to do anything different, except for when we worked at Malcolm X Memorial Foundation and we went by their rules. But not any of the grantees or the grantors rules. So not really sure. I go back and forth about whether or not it's a blessing or a curse. This kind of nonprofit world that we live in here in Nebraska. I always felt a little skeptical about the Omaha Community Foundation just because of how much of a kind of a gatekeeper situation it is. We've never benefited from anything that came through there. They've definitely changed up some things, but we looked at the board and didn't seem like there was a whole lot of color on the board. Didn't seem like there's
not really. And also not a lot of people from the community. I know you pointed out at one point, I'm not sure to what capacity, but at one point, Burr Williams, you had a lot of people from the community that was actually involved with the Community Foundation or Omaha Community Foundation and some of the things that they're doing. And also in regards to your comment about gatekeeping, we talked about when all of this COVID money, I mean, we had hundreds of millions of dollars in COVID relief funds being put out, for grabs for the people, and people were still not getting it. I mean, shout out to Leah Cates, who's, still writing an article about 80%, 90% of the applicants for some of these rental assistance programs being denied. and that's kind of part of the gatekeeping thing. You know, again, a lot of the money was either sent to a church or a nonprofit organization. If you're just somebody working and you don't go to church, or you're not a part of these nonprofit organizations, don't have contacts to these organizations, you're just living, trying to survive, who is, you know, the majority of the people who needed the money, then you fall through the cracks.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the gatekeeping thing. Like, again, rather than the politicians dealing in their districts and you know, trying to get it to those families, just kind of, it's almost a lazy way, if you ask me. Let's just give it to the churches and the nonprofits and let them do the work. Which again ends up in a gatekeeping kind of thing, even if it's not intentional.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, it's not like they coming over here asking us what we want, so they figure they talk to some people in the community about it and see. But you know, there's always there's not a whole there's sometimes there's not a lot of communication even within the community about stuff. So, and I'm also thinking about this in terms of this being a training too. Like, what are they training us how to work in this nonprofit world? You know, what's the trade off there if you're learning how to maneuver? What is it? You know, I'm sure that part of the training has to do with you compromising something. So, you know, I'd like to understand exactly what that's supposed to be, and how that leads to you and your organization doing a thing. What kind of people will apply? It's all, you know. These are all questions that we need to kind of check out and see as it comes. Jumping in the
We're just
jumping.
gonna hop into the comments like you're doing, but A. Jamal Bendon, who's not in the chat, but he said something powerful along with what you said in Friends of. He says, if grassroots are not involved, then it can't direct our needs. What a waste.
That's what I mean, you know, and it's for grassroots organizations. It's supposed to be for grassroots organizations. It's supposed to be for leaders of color. I go back and forth about whether it's a benefit or not. I want to jump in the chat real quick because Von Chapman is bringing out some stuff. He says nonprofits to date have not helped grow the Omaha out of poverty. They have no accountability and have made North Omaha the write-off district of Nebraska. Follow the money.
There you go.
Very true. They've, you know, that does. He also says they are training you to be broke and always begging. There you go. So so let me just give you an example here of what we have discussed about how we operate here with First Sky Omaha, because we do apply for grants from specific places. We've been able to start. We've been able to get rolling. We've been able to maneuver that way. We also knew in the beginning, though, that this can't be an organization that relies on philanthropy. We can't be. It's got we got to reach, you know, Black excellence, self sustainability, and so on and so forth. And we're moving slowly through there. We get boosts when we apply for certain grants, because there are some folks out here that are really trying to like do some things. There's a woman of color that controls the money over at Logiers. So you know what I'm saying? Like, so it really is, you know, there's some people out here that are trying to really do some things and help, and those things help. We do know, though, since we live in this kind of nonprofit existence here, that, and because we're in news, which is another factor right now, philanthropy is paying for alternative news more than ever. We were actually part of helping start that situation, to where, you know, now we have some of the Flatwater Free Presses, noise, and stuff like that today. So we know that they'll always be a part of it, but we already kind of threw a number at that percentage. If we get any philanthropy money, it's going to be 25% of what we need to run First Sky Omaha. The rest of it has to be self-sustaining some kind of way. You know, this system of memberships that we have, and other ways, corporate sponsorships, all kinds of different ways that we can try to raise funds in order to keep doing this. So that's the kind of decision that we had to make, knowing that just like Von Chapman is saying, at some point you're going to have to get to the point where you're going to have to compromise and just beg every time you need some. You know, I think that's what happened to like Love's Jazz, for instance. Like they just got into the habit of asking for the money and not really using the place to make it, make some money.
It really hurt my heart to hear that the rent was like $12 a year or something, and still, it's still having trouble. Like, yeah, those are the types of things, but we've seen it firsthand. I mean, you have dozens and dozens of organizations all scrapping and clawing and applying for the same $25,000 grant when you got Humane Society and Jocelyn's Art Museum and all these mega institutes getting millions and millions of dollars every year. Again, how does it really help the people.
So true. So true.
Follow the money.
Follow the money. That's what we're here to do this season 4. If you're just tuning in, you're listening to First Sky Omaha Radio, First Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
Paul B, Buddi3 Da Gawd, Star Trek Rich in the house. And I'll jump into the chat real quick. We got Cincinnati Picker in the house. Good morning, fellas. New friend of mine out of Ohio. What's going on, my brother? Appreciate you coming on through. Yeah, man. Cool. He's got a cool channel too, man. Kind of goes around and hits garage sales, hits estate sales and stuff like that. Grab stuff, resell it, and he's really kind of made a career out of that. But even more than that, his channel is blown up. So shout out to him, man, and he's definitely teaching me some things already about how we can do what we can do to expand. So yeah, shout out to Cincinnati Picker in the house. What's going on, brother? Assalamu alaikum, family, from brother Muhammad.
Walaikum salam,
brother. Good to see you this morning. Definitely need to catch back up with you. I feel like a while since we had a conversation. Need to get some of them gems you got again. So let's talk. Wanda Lewis says the nonprofit organization asks for big money, but only gives assistance to low to moderates. Very true. Very true. Break them off a piece. We've been witness to that. When we first started, we applied for a grant. We were looking at 15,000, 20,000, and was noticing that there was 4 or 5 other organizations around us that was trying to go for that same 20,000. It got us out here fighting for scraps.
Man.
While they're dropping $1 million on a golf course clubhouse.
Yeah, $600 million on the lake.
So yeah, man. So it is what it is, and I kind of took that as a blessing though, because I didn't want if they gave us $1 million a year to do what we were doing, why would we ever go try to do anything different but keep asking for that $1 million? So in a way, I was like, I tried to look at it as a blessing. This is we're gonna figure out how to be self-sustainable.
Oh yeah,
and as a matter of fact, that's why we didn't even make First Sky Omaha a nonprofit organization. We made it a for-profit organization for that very reason. So, to each his own. Each organization has their own needs and their own reasons for doing what they're doing. But I like what Von Chapman is saying too. Any money that we've gotten, we've tried to do what we can as with that money to do what we're doing. But can we call that raising Omaha out of poverty? We might be helping change some attitudes and have some conversations. We ain't necessarily like putting money to people's family yet to get them up out of poverty, right? So even the good organizations that are using some of these philanthropy funds and doing some things in the community is all. I did this program one time where they used an analogy about a lake and how all these organizations really are fixing one fish at a time when the whole lake is really poisoned, and big money and moves need to be made to unpoison the lake so everybody can benefit instead of just a nonprofit organization pop up to help 2 or 3 fish. Like,
yeah. And hopefully that's what this $450 million that just came in, the big win again that we received for North and South Omaha is going to do. And that's definitely one of the avenues of us following the money this season, as far as looking at how that's been handled and what's been done with that. And we haven't forgot about you, Sister Kimra Snipes. We definitely got to get down with you on that organization and that committee that you're putting together to kind of keep an eye on that situation. So yeah, we'll definitely be following that bag, if you will. But Paul, man, let's go ahead and take a quick break. About 30 minutes into it. You're still tuned in to First Sky Omaha in the morning. Big shout out to everyone chiming into the chat. Also, big shout out to all the ghost listeners out there going to and fro, doing what you do in the morning, washing dishes or cooking or whatever you're doing this morning. We appreciate you for tuning in. Stay locked. This is First Sky Omaha in the morning. Paul B, Buddi3 Da Gawd, Star Trek Rich. Let's go.
Yep. Stephen Abraham says, well, good morning, everyone. I hope your day started off well. Appreciate you, brother. Wanda Lewis says, you would have to speak their language. Also, do you have I don't know the rest of that. What do I have? We'll be right back and talk about it in a minute. Remember, we got special guests coming in the house. Be Politicin with P here soon. Deejay Vado and Katie Raine from Raine's Magic Productions. So stay tuned for that. First Sky Omaha Radio. First Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
Paul B, Buddi3 Da Gawd, Star Trek Rich, y'all. Stay tuned. Yo, I talked to Mira Sanchez the other day. I guess his work schedule is different now, so I don't know if he's listening in the mornings anymore, which will be a tragedy.
Yeah, man.
We miss his comments, man. Some good ideas. So shout out to Mira Sanchez if you're listening to this later. We
The
miss you
mayor.
already. Thanks for joining us again. You're listening to First Sky Omaha Radio. First Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
Paul B, Buddi3 Da Gawd, Star Trek Rich, all of you who we call the chat chimers, thanks for chiming into the chat this morning. If you're over on YouTube, really appreciate you. We're trying to build the YouTube channel up. We've been doing Facebook Live for about a year or so, a little more than a year now. So
Yeah.
we just kind of started a little while ago on YouTube. So if you're over there, like and subscribe, and tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend, all that stuff. Cincinnati Picker, I'm going to be picking your brain about how to build those YouTube numbers up. So I appreciate you coming on through.
Run it up.
Yeah, man. So thank you very much for joining us. And once again, it is 7:37 right now, if you believe in the concept of time. And pretty soon we'll have some special guests in. Yeah, show flying by already, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
That's what it is. Von Chapman in the chat says, if nonprofits actually invested and believed in the community, they would help produce and develop jobs so the community can afford the so-called affordable housing the philanthropists are developing in the targeted communities. This is true. Lots more can be done for sure. And a lot of those organizations won't really come to our areas and ask us. So sometimes they team up with some organizations like Omaha Community Foundation that is supposed to be doing that work, asking for them. I don't know. So this is something that we keep an eye on. Like I say, it is part of our revenues. There's no way you can have something going on in Omaha that's for the community and not take advantage of nonprofit dollars that are for that. So I will say that much. It'd be silly to leave the money on the table. But at the same time, what's it doing? In the end, what's it doing? Is it bringing us like Brother Chapman said? Is it bringing us out of poverty? Those are the questions.
And I mean, is that even the avenue? Is that even the tool to do that? You know what I'm saying? Is that really what we should be looking at? Or as Brother Von Chapman also said, is it jobs? Is it building an economic base? And what does that look like? Once that conversation turns and changes. And again, that's being discussed with the millions of dollars that's supposed to be coming in. So we'll definitely continue that conversation. But I do want to switch gears a little bit as we prepare for our guests to talk about education, because this is definitely something that is impacted. When you follow the money, you figure out why our education system is the way it is. And big shout out to Chris Baby Boy Bolin for coming through on Monday and dropping that new article. Go and check that out on thereader.com. Again, talking about the racial covenants and kind of the more concrete legal side of redlining. We talk about redlining and its historic impact a lot, but again, those racial covenants that still exist in a lot of neighborhoods, again, actual documents with names, dates, signatures saying that we don't want these specific groups of people in these neighborhoods. And now you see Omaha as segregated as it is, with North, South, and West Omaha having the majority demographics that they do. But what impact does that have on education? And this latest article, big shout out to Paul Fallman for dropping this on us as well. It's a series of maps that have been laid out. Actually, can I show this? Can I share this to the people?
Yeah, man. Do a screen share.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and share this so you can see what I'm looking at. Again, this is a list of maps that takes the historic redlining map. These are all the redlining districts, the historic redlining districts of Omaha. As you see right here, North Omaha, a big red D for like the most the worst area to live in. And
like
that's
don't D for don't live there.
Yeah. D for don't live there. And as you see, West Omaha is a big green A, so that kind of lays out how that ended up. But again, all of these maps also lay over that redlining map. There's Omaha Public Schools districts maps, and sees the impact some of these schools landing in some of these districts.
Wow.
And again, the just following the money and some of the tax dollars that land in these schools. It says this phenomenon, the quality of school based on red line district, as it compares to race and student mobility, and even free and reduced lunch prices, is unjust. Erica Emery sums up this idea in saying educational redlining is, as I use it here, refers to the use of mapping system, or excuse me, use of a mapping system that utilizes a parent's home address to determine student school site placement, regardless of the environmental risks associated with the impoverished area. And Emery makes the point that schools operating within those districts are negatively impacted, but the economic and social stigma that accompanies redlining. So you see this worse in areas like Detroit. I don't know if you're familiar with the school situation in Detroit, but it's hard for those schools to stay open. A lot of schools are closing. It was actually a couple years ago, students had to go to school in the winter in Detroit with no heat. The furnaces were burning out, pipes were freezing and bursting all through the schools.
Dang.
Yeah, and that's the worst of the worst.
I just played hooky. I don't know.
Well, hey, you get into that conversation of truancy. People going to jail,
stuff.
Families getting in trouble. It's a very, very sticky situation. And even with just this, I don't know if you remember the story of the mother who used, I think she used her father's address.
Oh yeah,
to send the child to a better school, and she still got in trouble for that.
They put her in jail for that.
Yeah.
And that makes me that immediately makes me think of these celebrities that got in this big trouble for trying to put their kids somewhere they weren't supposed to be and all that too.
In the school, this old college was Felicity Huffman was like one of the main ones to get in trouble for that.
What were they paying the school or something to admit their kids or something like that?
Yeah, they were like faking, they're cheating on test scores and man, just any trick they could think of to get their children into these Ivy League schools beyond just, their own merit. They were doing it. And it was a real, I mean, I'm talking about creating fake whole fake college athletic careers and whole fake high school athletic careers, taking pictures and photoshopping pictures on sports.
What?
The kids didn't even there's a whole movie about it. It really got pretty deep as far as the depths or the extent to which these people were trying to get their kids into these schools and taking up scholarships that actual kids from poverty families needed.
Well, let me tell you, we got an expert on the subject waiting in the wings. Somebody who's been working in education. So let's go ahead and bring her in because I see her shaking her head like, yeah, crazy. She gonna come in here and baby, watch what happens here. Precious McKesson, we be politicking with P in the house. Precious, I can't tell you how much I love that baby. When you get rolling on that. That's my best thing. I'm trying to
get my background so y'all see it on my little boxes and stuff. Like,
you got it looking good back there.
I like that with the clock and the flowers, and I like your glasses too.
Back there.
Boxes of what? What you got?
You done told us now. Now we got it.
Look, I'm trying to look. Well, that box right there is a box for NUSA for some neighborhood awards that I should have sent out about June.
All right. You sound like you need a personal assistant too. Well, good morning to you. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning, guys. How are y'all doing?
Oh, it's good. It's always a pleasure when you come around. Appreciate you coming on through.
Even better now with politics repeating.
That whole thing with the education thing, let me tell you, the funniest thing was when I was doing, my daughter's going to Creighton, and so we were in orientation. And mind you, it was not many of us. Honestly, I think I was only black parent. That's I only seen me because I didn't have nobody that I connected with and be like, no. I was like, I'm taking conference calls in the middle of this thing. I'm going out here, because they made the parents come. But I literally sat in the room and I literally was like, I started counting heads and I was like, so y'all charging us at like, we doing 61 a pop for the school year. I said, good Lord, I said like $1 billion up in this room.
Mm-hmm.
So I think of the Felicity Hoffmans because they were actually, if I'm not mistaken, they posted their daughter playing lacrosse and they photoshopped her picture onto a game to make it seem like she was the one doing this. And I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Like in these SAT scores, I mean, they had people, I mean, it was just crazy. And it wasn't just her, it was the other lady from Full House too.
Yeah.
Lori McLaughlin, I think it is. Her and her husband.
Yep.
And her husband is a high designer, Massimo. If anybody remember Massimo and Target.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So these people, it's their privilege. So trust me, when I was sitting in Creighton, I thought about them because I'm like, all this money that y'all could have got me. But then I think of too, where you want to be at these prestigious schools. And I say this to say, because I had to laugh the other day. I got an email saying, oh, do you want to be, an invitation to be a part of the parent and family engagement at Creighton? And I was like, oh my gosh, this is wonderful. And then I started reading it more, and it was like, he has $5,000 to start.
Yeah. She went to Creighton. And I'm kind of like, what? I'm kind of hurt. What happened to the HBCUs? What happened? What?
I'll tell you, HBCUs wasn't giving no money, and then I don't want to blast the HBCUs because I had some good experiences, but then I didn't have the best experience during the application process. The communication, literally, we're getting down to the day of decision day of May 1st, and we still don't have award packets. And then they're telling you, oh, you don't have the award packet because of this. A lot of them are working remote, so it's kind of like, you gotta pray that you get a good one who really is like, okay, I got you. Let me help you navigate through this. It was really bad, but I did say this. I said I hope and pray that Taylor has a good college experience. But if she decides that she doesn't want to stay and she wants to have that experience, I'm willing to start, now that I know what I know now, start a little earlier. But then they weren't wanting to give the money, and it's like you see all these things with the HBCUs getting so much media attention, but they don't understand they're not getting the money. Number two, they're over capacity. My niece is going back to North Carolina A&T, and they let so many people enroll into North Carolina A&T that the kids didn't even have places to stay at. They're doing things at the Drury Inn, like getting hotels, and some of the kids are staying in hotels because they're like booking the whole entire hotel as a college campus. And now you have my niece who's a sophomore, and then you have a friend from who's here whose child is a freshman. They're now living in an apartment together because there was no room for them to have for housing. And so that was a little frustrating, and I was like, I was the last one to be having to take my daughter to a whole nother across the country to an HBCU, because the closest HBCU here to Nebraska is between Langston and Lincoln University. So just imagine taking your child to the East Coast and you don't even know if they're going to have proper housing because of the kids are at HBCUs, which is a good thing. Now let me say this. I'm glad that enrollments at HBCUs are up. I'm glad that they're over enrolled at HBCUs, because these are institutions that we need to continue to have for people and for students, of color. And there's kids who are not of color who are at HBCUs. But we got to make sure that we have housing, because a lot of these kids are coming from communities where affordable housing is lacking, and now they're getting to college and having to fight for housing just to be on a campus, and I don't think that's fair to them. So we got to keep pushing money into them so they can start building more facility, more homes for those children. So just know it's not out the picture. I gave her, said, hey, you do your one here at Creighton. If you decide that this Creighton is not for you, or if you decide you want to be, I am willing to go the extra mile to make sure that she gets to where she wants to be and where she wants to be happy at.
Man, regardless, we're definitely proud of Taylor, and definitely wish her the best. Creighton is not a bad choice. But
I mean,
yeah. Hey, hurt mamas, But I did want to kind of pivot into something that I know that you have something to say about this Betsy DeVos news, talking about again trying to completely abolish the Department of Education. I know that you spent some time in DC working closely with the Department of Education, and again, we're talking about follow the money. Private school. I mean, we talk about Creighton. Imagine if you got to deal with that in high school and middle school with this whole private situation. So what are your thoughts?
So number one, I don't know how much I can say due to the fact that I was a part of the administration. So I'll just keep it cute, as I would say. But just being in there, what happened during the time that there was a lot of rebuilding of relationships. Like, that administration kind of did not want to be directly involved with communities, or I should say with organizations. Like, you have all these different organizations like Big Brothers Big Sisters, PTA, all these organizations. They basically, coming from Obama administration to this other administration, that ceased. And so it was a lot of relationship building that we had to do in order to get those organizations back into the fold, and then those organizations to feel as if they needed to be they wanted to be a part of it, because people understand we have, when you talk about the Department of Education, yes, they're doing the part for the schooling, but you got to look at the other organizations who are supporting those Department of Educations for those kids after school or before school, or the different programs that they have within those schools. Those are normally done by organizations that come in. So for her to say that, it's like, it's really a slap in the face, because I got to see firsthand the work that they're doing, the awesome work they're doing in the Department of Education, as well as the money that they have actually forgiven for student loans with the public service loan forgiveness. If you look back then, they didn't have they canceled that public service loan forgiveness when Trump was in office. That administration, so many people were paying that should have been actually forgiven by now, and now they're having to refund those people. So once a person goes through the process of getting their loans forgiven, these people are not only getting their loans forgiven, they're getting refunds. And there's been people who've gotten refunds that have went back maybe 2 or 3 years or within that administration time, because they should have been canceled then. So for her to say cancel, the abolish the Department of Education, it's foolish. Then I look at also the fact that now with them trying, the Supreme Court is going to try to attack Brown versus Education, Brown I'm talking too fast, but the whole education bill, they're going to try to attack that law. But then it's like, I'm not being funny when I say, well, I am, I'm being dead serious when I say this, but then you're going to have every hillbilly in America talking about, I'm about to form a school because it's based off my religion, knowing good and damn well they ain't got no religion. So now these people are going to be doing these pop-up schools to now where they're going to be taking money that goes into the public school sector now for these private bogus schools, to say that because they feel that their rights are being infringed on. So it's a whole thing. And I'm not against private school. I will tell you this, and I will say this: Taylor went to private school 1 year, but that was because we wanted to try something before she went to public school. I just feel that when you start sending kids when you start putting in charter schools into certain communities, I feel that there's charter schools that don't need to be in certain communities. Like Nebraska doesn't need charter schools. I do see like Chicago, DC, like bigger cities where they have these charter schools. But when you start using charter schools, what happens is that they can dictate, this is my personal opinion, this is Precious' opinion, you can dictate your graduation scores, you can dictate your success, because once a student does not fit your model, then you can turn around and send that child back to public school, and you can still continue to build your success based off of this perfect student model. But then you're taking money from, they are say, oh, it's not a voucher, it's a scholarship. No, it is, because once you do bring into private schools, you start to take from the public school funding to go into these schools, because you have to be able to fund those schools. They're not going to let those schools just go to waste, because you're now dealing with children's education. So again, I just say that I just don't believe in charter schools.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump into the chat real quick. I'm not seeing who this is. Facebook user says, I believe charter schools are not allowed in Nebraska per state law. Something weird, something else may know.
Yeah, see, they're not in there by state law. That's why every year they bring it up to do these different voucher systems every year that continues to get cut down by the legislature. So they're not by law, they're not allowed in the school, but they do try each year. Since I've been in the political process, each year there's always been someone coming up with school choice. I just don't believe that we need to be taking public funding to put into it's Kimra.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I wanted to throw in something also, as far as where where Betsy DeVos made this statement, in the context of this statement. I don't think that should be missed or left out of this, because this context or this statement was made during a Moms for Liberty summit in Tampa, Florida. And if you're not familiar with Moms for Liberty, it's basically an organization that is trying to increase parental involvement in schools and reduce teachers' autonomy over classrooms. So again, you have to know that these are the moms that we're talking about.
We're losing you.
Check. Okay, apologize. I'm not sure why it went out, but these are the same moms that were complaining about COVID These are the same moms that were complaining about CRT. These are the same moms that were storming the school board meetings, and now they're training to get involved with the school boards. And we've kind of seen that in Nebraska.
So that's the thing too. Like these now they're trained. Like I said, now you have to look at, now you'll see these moms who basically didn't have time to go get a job, or maybe that's because their husband works. I don't know. So I ain't judging nobody. But these are now those moms who was taking that time when they used to be walking and doing these play dates. Now they're coming to the school boards and the legislature. Now I will say, parent. One thing I'm proud of that happened after I left. When I was there, we were doing a parent and family engagement piece into the Department of Education of making sure that the parents and families, organizations who have direct contact with parents and families are at the table when it comes to the education. And that actually Parent and Family Engagement Council did launch. And it was organizations like Boys and Girls Club, Mocha Moms, Girls Inc., PTA. It was so many different groups, and it wasn't just your high profile groups. And I was proud when I saw that list that they kept those grassroots organizations that I asked for to be on that, to be a part of that council, because you can't just touch the ones who are getting all the money. You need to go to the grassroots organizations who really held down the fort and really held it down for a lot of families during COVID, because a lot of those organizations had to shut down. They couldn't do it. Like, I mean, we talk about Boys and Girls Club. They were having staff on outside of Mount View here in Nebraska, in Omaha, making sure the kids had every night. Parents could drive through and get meals for their kids. So I was happy that part happened, because they are focused on family and parent engagement. But if they want to really know, she canceled the parent and family engagement piece when she was as the Department of Education, as the Secretary of Department of Education. Her department wasn't doing that because she said she didn't want to do that. So yeah, it's real shaky, real funny that she turned around and said that, because she canceled it when she was a secretary. They weren't doing it. Now she want to train these moms to be on the school board so they can cause havoc at these meetings like they've been doing, and it's a mess. So yeah, that's all I can say.
I just want to give a quick shout out to Paul Philman, who is in the chat right now too. He's saying an extremely high percentage of poverty impacted students in OPS is relevant in living room. He's the one that shared some of these articles with us too, about some of the poverty that's happening, and a lot of this stuff that I'm hearing, especially this announcement with Betsy DeVos trying to get rid of the school board, is reminding me of here in Nebraska, where Pete Ricketts was trying to take over he was putting somebody in place to take over OPS and all that. It's really kind of a scripted strategy of and it all started when they were saying, speaking out against CRT so hard. Critical race theory scared them into this situation where they wanted to get rid of the whole school board and be in control of that, and have government in control. Well,
that's the thing too. They understand they can't do that, because legally by state statute, those boards have to be voted on by districts. So I mean, they can try because they think because they have money that they can use their money as influence. But you know what? I really want to do what I want to do on camera, but somebody will screenshot it. So
somebody screenshot that. Somebody screenshot that, please.
She says he F and F. Man, we definitely are paying attention to this, and we'll continue to pay attention to this, especially as we get closer to November. Y'all. November is coming up. I'm gonna say it again. November.
Yeah,
we definitely need new blood, man. We can't get a repeat of Ricketts or any Ricketts flunkies. Man, a repeat. I like what you did there. But yeah, man.
It's going to take people donating too. It's going to take money to get Carol Blood elected into office. We got to have support. We got to be talking about her every day and talking about what she stands for. Because again, we got it. We got to. We can't have a repeat.
If those of you just joining us, it's 8:00 right now. If you believe in the concept of time, you're listening to First Sky Omaha Radio. First Sky Omaha in the morning. Paul B, Buddi3 Da Gawd, Star Trek Rich, and we got special guest Precious McKesson in the house. We are politicking with P right now, and we got some more guests that are coming into the studio as we speak. So before we let you go, and before we get out of here, I want to just defer to you about some of the things that is on your mind right now, some of the things that you want to politic about, some of the things you think is important that we need to be paying attention to.
Yeah, so a few things. First, I really want to touch on what yesterday, the comment about Juneteenth, about Don Bacon and what he had said, supposedly said. So just to kind of give a short version of what was done during the parade, we had a lineup, and basically the lineup, how they had done it, did it like with political, and they did it. Terrell was the grand marshal. Terrell and Justin was supposed to be grand marshal. Terrell was the grand marshal. Then went the NAACP. Then went city. Then went state. And I'm honored that they consider me a part of the political, part of the political dynasty because of the elector. So they had the political parties, and which I brung in the Nebraska Democratic Party. Then you had elected officials, current elected officials walking with Douglas County Democrats. So we were all together. So you had Councilman Juanita Johnson. Then you saw John Ewing. You had candidates. You had Commissioner Rogers. We were all basically in the front line. And what happened is that they said, you do not have a number. Y'all all follow each other. The number one card, the one that starts with the numbering, was going to be the city, which will be the mayor. She will lead off as the numbers, but we are the before the numbers start. So that kind of kept them to keep their numbers at 100 and let them bring in more entries. They just had, they finagled it. So as, and I say finagle it on my own, I don't know what they did, but I feel like they did so they could have more numbers. But anyways, so as we started the parade started to go. And so all of a sudden I see the mayor like jump out in front. I'm like, no. I stopped everything because it was the mayor and then all Don Bacon's people. Now, when I looked at the list, Don Bacon was way in the back. So I don't know how he made it up to the front, but I said, no, stop. I said, this line goes first. And the lady's like, oh, well, let me go get the mayor and tell her to stop. I said, no, because she's already gone. I'm not going to tell the mayor to come back. But y'all right here, which was Don Bacon people, I said, y'all going to wait. And y'all going to wait right behind Chris Rogers. That's when y'all start, because that's where the pre-lineup starts at. We'll start at. So they did, and it was nice. So I waited. My people pulled off. I waited until right before Christmas. I said, now y'all can go. And then I ran up with the team. Now, were there people in the crowd saying, F Don Bacon, get out of our community, don't care? Yes. And there's two other people that can vouch for that. And they can say what they heard, because we all heard it. What I didn't appreciate was the fact that he got on Twitter, and it may have been his little minions, and said that I was saying these things. First of all, I have too much respect for my community to ever lower my standards to say that to you publicly in front of my community. Number one, that's something I would never do. I would never embarrass myself or be that type of person in my community. Number two, what made you think that you could come to North Omaha and be at the front of a Juneteenth parade? And number three, yes, we did have flip-flops with his face on it. And we walked with them in the parade because that's what he does. But the fact that he feels that he has this privilege. And so somebody approached him, was like, well, what did she say? And I said, and he was like, oh, she said this. I said, no, Precious didn't say that. Now, were people saying this, yelling at your team? Yes. Now, when they would say, if I would get caught in the line with them, like passing out stuff, and it was moving so fast, if I'm running back to my spot to where our team was, would I say, when they'll say Don Bacon, and I'll say, Bacon is bad for your health, vote Tony Vargas on November 8th. Would I say it in counter to what they're saying? Yes. But not one time did I publicly scream at any of their people and say, F Don Bacon. That was a complete lie. So the people, his supposed people that called him from North Omaha, dude, get over yourself. Like you just get over yourself, like literally, because what you did, you were trying to basically look, just get over yourself, Bacon. That's all I gotta say. And it really pissed me off, because prior to that, this is how I'm gonna tell you how mad, and I'm done with it after I say this, how mad it made me, because we had a event where my daughter and him, as well as Deb Fisher, were doing a ribbon cutting for Charles Drew. And this was right after Taylor graduated. Taylor was a speaker. When we were there waiting for the program to start, Taylor went over to Don Bacon. I took her over to introduce her because she wanted to thank him for a letter that he sent her when she received the Girls Inc. National Scholarship. When I tell you that this man don't even send these letters, he didn't even know what Taylor was talking about. And the way that he was like, oh, you mean the letter? And Taylor's like, yeah, you sent a letter And he was like, "Oh yeah, my team." Yeah, so the fact that my daughter was tense went over to introduce, I went up, took her over to introduce her to you, and for her to tell you thank you for that letter. Like, it shows you that I am not a mean-spirited person. I may not agree with you in your politics, but we're still human, and I still have respect. And as well as when I went to introduce her to Deb Fisher, you know, if I was that political person, I'd be like, my daughter can't take pictures with them. I don't want her in there. No,
Right.
she is there to do something to represent our community. And I can set aside politics to let that happen. And Taylor was in a whole ribbon cutting picture with all of them. So it's like, don't do me like that. Don't try to play me like I'm just this big political, like I'm just this activist and I'm just against, I'm just this big mean person. And it's not that. I am a person who goes by integrity, and I will always show respect. I just don't agree with your policies. But you want to always attack me, one little fat Tony, always want to attack me on Twitter. And it's really starting to get sickening because I'm just tired of them, you know. But they can continue to attack. But again, we have to turn around and vote on November 8th, because we cannot continue to let people who don't care about us, and then as soon as they feel like they don't get their way, they can prance into our communities, set up shop, and then we're supposed to vote for them? No. So again, we get Don Bacon.
Precious, it's always a pleasure. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming in and telling how it is, and we love you for it. So really appreciate that. I think you preaching to the choir in this room here. It's all about some new blood. It's all about Brother Vargas. You know, there's some big races happening right now that
big races happening, and we got to make sure we're voting up and down that ballot. And I'm glad that I finally was able to say this. And I'm just gonna say, like, I will always represent my community with the utmost in value, morals, values, integrity. I will never ever disrespect my community, the people that I would not be here if it was not for the community and for the people who support me. So just know I will always be respectful and always represent in a very positive manner. Like, never would I stoop to the level of them. Now I will say this: I ain't Michelle Obama. And Candy said it best last week on Real Housewives. When you go low, I'm going low with you. Okay.
We might both go low, is what you're saying. Matching energies is what I call it.
I'm matching that energy, but I'm gonna match it in a way where you gonna know I'm matching that energy.
Love you to death. Thank you very much. I'm glad to have you back on. Let's keep on having you on Wednesdays again. Thank you so much.
Bye, y'all.
Enjoy your day.
Y'all
peace,
too.
Peace. Ladies and gentlemen, there it is. Precious McKesson in the house.
Yep.
And man, she's always bringing it. I love it. I can't wait to hear from her every week.
And that was another installment of Politicin with P.
Politicin with P. 809, if you believe in the concept of time, we'll be right back. We got some special guests in the house, Deejay Vado and Raine. Who I can't wait to talk to them. Stay tuned. Follow the money. Season 4 is going down. First Sky Omaha in the morning. Paul B, Buddi3 Da Gawd, Star Trek Rich. Stay tuned. We'll be right back, y'all. Oh yeah. Check it out. First Sky Omaha Radio. I got my peoples in today. I'm feeling good. First Sky Omaha Radio. Paul B, Buddi3 Da Gawd, Star Trek Rich. Special guest, as you can see in the house. Man, I gotta arrange some windows here. Hold on.
Yeah. Let's
We
get it.
all
There
over
we
the
go.
place.
There we go. There you go.
But wait a minute. Let's put them up at the top so we can see what's happening. DJ Vado, all the way live from Atlanta, and Katie Raine, who's right here in Weberized Studios with us. What's happening, Mama? How you doing?
Hey, good morning.
On the window over there.
What's up, Paul?
Hey.
What's going on, brother Vado?
Hey,
Long
what's
time no
up,
see, bro.
Vado?
Good,
What's up,
brother. How you
buddy?
doing, man?
What's
How
up?
you
What's
doing?
up?
How you doing?
Doing great, bro. Doing great. So good to see your faces. You guys are some of my favorite people in the world. I'm really glad that you guys are on. We should have done this a long time ago.
Man.
And man, you see what it is. Season 4 is Follow the Money, man. We're going to pick your brains about this business thing that y'all got going on for sure, man. So first and foremost, introduce yourselves to the people that don't know who you are already, if you don't mind.
Okay, well, I'll go first.
Katie, ladies first. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Katie.
Ladies first. Thank you, Paul. You already said my name. But what's up, everybody? This is Katie Raine in the building. I am a professional model as well as owner and creative director of Raine's Production. That means everything, media, from models to artists to everything like that. So we'll be digging into what I do. So that's who I am.
Right on. What about you, brother Vado? Let them know.
Hey, what's up? My name is Vado. I'm a filmmaker. I'm an award winner, 7 awards. I'm a business owner, businessman, and a lot of films. In Omaha, Atlanta, in Cameroon. So I have a national media company.
That's right.
Yeah, making big moves, making big moves, and I'm actually glad to finally meet you, Vado. We never actually met in person, but I've heard, and I'm very, very familiar with your work, especially doing a lot of videos for artists that I know personally back in Omaha. But to see, like you said, now international with it in Cameroon, now down here in Atlanta. Can you kind of speak to that journey a little bit? How you go from working with my man Paul in Omaha doing things to now international with it?
I can't believe y'all never met before.
Nope,
Sorry.
never
That's
met in
crazy.
person. Yeah,
y'all
I know.
To meet. I'm trying to
I know.
make
We
the screen go together. Y'all in the same city.
Connect. I've been moving around a lot. Maybe that's why. When I'm in Atlanta, I got this thing that I do with the chef and stuff. But just to piggyback, 2011, I had to I started with a little bit to cash out my 401k, to go get my camera. That's how I started. Ever since. And then I started doing videos in Omaha, rap music video, and I started moving a little bit. I started broadening out my brand. I started doing commercials. I started doing a little project like calendars, and and also I started jump instead of being only like a hustle is only like one man brought it out, trying to add more people on board, just to make it like a real company, there's so much you can grow by yourself. At one point you gotta start reaching out. That's what I did. I moved here in Atlanta in 2000, and that's actually when I started. I started Vado from Cameroon, and so okay, cool. Let move my headquarters to Cameroon because and the Africa is very, very when it comes to media and when it comes to new ways out here. To Cameroon, I got the best graphic designer over there, the best editors over there, and filmmakers. And here in Atlanta, I'm part of an organization called HHA, called the Hip Hop Fraternity. We started that 2 years ago, 2020. We've been moving along since, and I'm a COO, chef of operation. And that's a little bit of snapshot of Battle Film and how I moved from Atlanta, and then the whole international thing.
Man,
That's what's up, Vado. Your internet's kind of going in and out. So I'm just I'm gonna recap a little bit because I think I'm hearing what you're saying. First of all, did I just hear you say that you got some graphics guys and stuff in Cameroon? You got a team over there. Yeah, that's.
I heard
I was
that.
wondering how good your videos and graphics and stuff are, man. I was wondering about where your team was located because I couldn't find them out here in Omaha nowhere. So I was
Man,
like,
I just gotta let the people know, like,
I'm a team in Omaha. You know, the way now, you know, the way I try to, you know, the way you consume information, the way you shoot content have changed. You know, for example, I will be on live before we had to be in the same place, so you can still have businesses physically there. You know, that's why we're doing this live thing, and that's why, you know, I have people in Omaha. You know, that's what in the revival film. I got people in Cameroon, so it depends on the work that I get. You know, I can ship that to Cameroon. I ship that to Omaha and other places. So
what I'm hearing is you've expanded your team worldwide. Tell me how what would you say how the numbers of your team? How big is your team overall right now?
in Cameroon, I got like 7 or 6, like 7 or 8. I think. And then here in Atlanta, I got like a independent contractor. You know, I got a bunch of, you know, I got also people got. I got. I didn't mention that, but you know, those how far I can go. I got people for years, you know, and then we see, you know, we working together. You know, people that I work with is about 15 or 20. You know,
15 or 20. Yeah.
That,
wow.
Hey.
Hey, teamwork makes the dream work, man. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah. Hey, so
I don't know. I don't know. Here I can hear you guys well. So.
Yeah, you can hear us well. You said we're having a little trouble. Your internet's coming through kind of choppy there a little bit. Yeah, but we're hearing you though.
I don't know why.
I heard that 15 and 20. We need a clan like that for real. Katie, do me a favor and tell us how you and Vado hooked up on the business side. What it is that you guys do together as well. Could you explain to me like how you guys connected and what you guys do together?
Oh yeah. So again, I already said that I was a professional model. So I've been doing that for about 14 years now. So I have a lot of experience behind the scene, of course, because that's me on set. I gotta be behind the scene. So Vado, I believe he, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure I'm telling the story right. I believe he saw like a picture of mine that was like, dang, that's different. That's dope. That's timeless. And I've always credited myself for having timeless work. And that's always what I strive for. So basically it was another boss seeing that and like seeing that energy come through my pictures as well. Like, oh, that's not just a model, like that's a boss right there. So we basically networked and we met up, kind of talked about everything that we do, everything that we're striving to do, everything that we're doing now actually. In that conversation, now that I'm thinking about it, I never said this. Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So everything that we're doing now, we kind of talked about like in the past, like, oh, this is what I'm striving to do.
So what are you guys doing now?
So he just explained, you know, how he has a team in Cameroon and like in Atlanta and stuff like that. So again, I do a lot of the behind the scenes work on productions. So I manage that team essentially.
Oh, okay. Nice. So you're the one that wrangles the whole team together to get those productions out then basically.
Yeah.
What type of productions are y'all working on? What's some of the projects you're excited about?
Oh my God, I love that question. So we got like 2 documentaries in the making. We have mini documentaries that we have not put out yet. We got newsletters. We have a whole production going on. I shouldn't say production. We have a whole special going on right now for productions. If you're looking for like commercials, advertisements, things like that.
Okay.
We just went to Macy, Nebraska a couple weeks ago, shot a mini documentary there for an internet service that's going in Macy, Nebraska. And for those of you that aren't familiar with Macy, Nebraska, that's where the Omaha tribe is located.
Okay.
So, took the drone out there, shot some of that.
I saw that. If you guys saw on our first Sky Omaha Instagram page, we showed some of that drone footage that Vado, the team here shot.
Oh yeah,
looking real professional, man. Look, I was like, man, this man has stepped it up big time, bro.
Looking clean.
Yeah.
Is that part of the internet service that Bill King put up?
Yes, that's King's
Okay.
project.
Dope.
We're doing that for King. And we're trying to budge King. Everybody listening, put a little buzz in his ear. We've been trying to get him to really lock it in and like take it up next level with us, because that's what it's about. You don't just want to see people just be stagnant. I'm not saying that he is stagnant or anything like that, but from our lens of things and what we can do and provide and things like that, we've been trying to be like, hey, let's take it next level. And this is what we got to offer. So let's do it.
Well, I don't know about King, but we gonna definitely hook up with you guys.
For sure, it's already happening. It's already happening for sure.
Yeah.
No, we see the work being done. We definitely appreciate y'all, especially telling that story. Because when the news broke about what Bill King was doing in Macy, Nebraska, and actually, it's not a small thing to get internet for a whole native tribe,
right?
And the reservation. Like, the internet changes the game in a lot of ways, having access. So for you to be able to put eyes on that and to tell that story, I'm definitely looking forward to that project coming out.
That project, King gonna explain to you all that about it. I've been working with. I saw him from the early beginning of him putting that project together. For it to be at the point where up, what I'm saying, call me to go get Vado, pull up, I pull our way to, for the video that we got from there. That was very, very lovely. This is one of, that's days, for me, it's like, when I get to the shoot, it's already there, experience. The whole experience of the shoot was very, very dope. Going to Macy, all the way from Cameroon, Africa, and all that stuff to come to Omaha, just like village to village. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
so it was a very, some of the thing how people live, and some of the stuff, that's the same, because in Africa, in America, things are do different. I know that experience the same everywhere. City experience are the same everywhere. So it was, you almost got chased. You got chased by dogs.
The dog bodyguards. The dog bodyguards.
No, it's real in the field. It's real in the field.
Do not think that you about to go to Macy, Nebraska.
Hey, jump.
They're gonna chew you up.
Wow. Kentari Himenpeto in our chat says amazing, especially when there's no self-service in the Macy area. There's a huge digital divide.
Yep.
So
changes the game.
What William King is doing to try to bring internet service and digital service to that area is great, and I'm loving that you guys are heading up the look of that, because you guys are you're showing everybody what's really there and what's really possible and the beauty of that place. I've never been to Macy, and just seeing the drone footage was like, wow, like, okay, you really putting a face to this, putting some real image. She said res dogs.
All right,
speaking of was that the FX show, Res Dogs?
Yeah, that was
Them dogs.
But she talking about the actual dogs.
And I tried to tell them, I was like, hey, the dogs.
Y'all gotta be careful. Again, it's real out there in the field. It's real.
William King, he opened the door.
Look, we went to that area. That was the last shot. King knew that the doors, and so he took us there. That was the last shot. So that's the guys, what I'm saying. That's the last thing we walk. You go to Omaha with. So if we were started with that, we'll finish that shot, finish the whole shoot. But that's the place where they would, and those are always bidding first. So it's like, okay, even though they would chew you up.
Right, exactly. That's another.
So
that's another part of my job. Behind the scenes, I tried to tell him, do not open that car door. Didn't I say that about him? I think he thought I was playing or something. Like there's a dog right there.
Red dogs ain't no joke, bro.
I don't think the dog's playing. He opened the door. The dog almost bit his arm and leg off. Like
I never see King jump that fast back in the. I never see anybody jump.
Somebody said they won't bite. They mostly will.
Hey, you're not trying to find out. You're not trying to find out.
Not trying to be the first one.
Right.
To be the one relaying that message. Like,
hey, let me ask you some questions, Buddy. I know you got a question coming. You want to go ahead and ask your question? Go ahead and ask your question.
Well, I did want to jump into what you're doing in Cameroon, and I did not want to leave that out because the fact that you're making that connection and doing some work in Cameroon, it is important. Man, the film industry in Africa is booming. If anyone is not familiar, check out Quality TV. A lot of good African filmmakers, actors, writers, editors, a lot of good people coming out of Cameroon. So I was kind of interested to hear some of the projects that you had coming out of Cameroon and where we could possibly find some of that stuff.
We got just like Gumandi is in Omaha, in America, Omaha, and then Lincoln. I'm taking that to Cameroon. So I'm kind of mirroring what I'm doing here to Cameroon because, if in the production, like in the making, for example, if I shoot a video here, if I get too overwhelmed, I got some videos there to get edited because I've been working with them over the years. So sometimes they already know my technique, they edit. So it's kind of like, so everything I'm doing here, I'm mirroring over there. So like movies over there. Shooting movies over there, reality shows. I've done reality show here, Montreal. I did a reality show we did maybe 6 episodes or 7 episodes. 2014 when this wasn't popular and all that stuff. So I'm doing that back here in Atlanta, but I also do another one in Cameroon. So everything in Cameroon, in the US, I'm mirroring that in Cameroon. You know what I'm saying? And they're really the same thing that we're doing here. Sometimes people think that, because of Africa, because of, the America. Yeah. I would say there's a Africa that from that America would say is a whole different the propaganda, the media propaganda about Africa. But Africa has, evolving, to the point where some of the stuff that you see over there, like, it's so same thing with the culture, the music. Before, me too, I'm a DJ. 2011, we had to put the African music at the end of the people don't feel like turn off a little bit. But now, Afrobeat, if that thing though, if you don't play that when the people in the mood, you're gonna miss it. All the girls love Afrobeat now, so it's kind of like Afrobeat popping. You know what I'm saying? So just America finally, we're getting out of our face and see really for what it is. That's beautiful. Yes, doing Cameroon, man. I'm doing everything: movies, reality shows, donuts, businesses. Streaming music. I'm an entertainer. So that's part of it.
I love it.
Hey, can I mention something too?
Go ahead.
I just thought of something with working with the team in Cameroon. Everybody is 22 to 25, I believe, too.
Wow.
Or 20 to 25, the team basically. So I just want to make note that we work with young people, the up and coming. Like me and Vado are the oldest on our team. And
wow. So that's encouraging, man. I'm glad to hear that the young folks is you know, working in that capacity, because your stuff is so quality. I just want to break in and say, right now it's 8:30 right now. If you believe in the concept of time, if you're just joining us, you're listening to First Sky Omaha Radio, First Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
Paul B, Buddi3 Da Gawd, Star Trek Rich in the house, and we got some special guests, man. We got Katie Raine in the house right now at the Weberized Studios, and we got Deejay Vado live from Atlanta right now as well, man, doing the thing. Sandra Lee Poole is in the chat. She says Vado, it says the GOAT. Vado, stay working. And man. I want to mention that. I gotta mention that because me and Vado, we crossed paths years ago. I was working over the lab studios with Big Wade. Vado was next door, just with his first camera, starting to shoot some stuff, and we started working a little bit together. Man, we started writing some stuff together and all kinds of stuff. And I've seen this cat progress. I remember you were doing like $500 videos.
Man,
$500 videos, man. That's how far back we go. We were doing $500 videos. You don't do $500 nothing no more, bro. Let me tell you that.
That's not gonna get you to the grocery store. That ain't gonna do nothing, man.
So I won't stop that.
Right. I watched him progress over the years to where he has. You would not believe the man's pedigree, the roster. You would not if you find his channel. His YouTube channel is video after video after video. He was doing 2-3 videos a week sometime. Like he was moving that fast. He don't sleep. All he does is grind and work, and it's paid off over the years. I've watched 5, 6, 7 years, and now, you know, a crew of 20, crew that's all over the world, TV shows, you know, everything you can think of. This cat's doing, and I watched him do it from that one camera, and then grow to where he's at now, and it's awesome. So I'm glad that you actually found we kind of started doing some of the same stuff, and I split off one way, he split off the other way, and now we both are in our elements, and we're in our niche, and it's a good time for us, you know, to get back together on some projects, on all kinds of stuff. And that's the first step is to get back into this relationship with the fam here. If those of you don't remember, Katie Raine used to have a show on our first iteration over at Mind and Soul at Malcolm X Memorial Foundation. Katie Raine, Katie, what was it? It was Raine's Magic, the Detox.
Raine's Magic, the Detox on Mind and Soul 101.3 FM.
Hey.
And now, you know, so she got experience, and you know, we've been doing the thing. Vado, you're over there. I know you're over there on a major radio station, hosting the radio show now too, right?
Yeah. You know,
tell me about it.
And so, you know, because, you know, the schedule was too crazy, man. You know, I'm not, you know, about 5 o'clock in the morning, that was when I was still doing, you know, I was still doing, you know, so I was like, but, you know, they want me to be on the radio by 6, man. Like, I try a couple of days, you know, Monday is very, very hard for me, you know, because that's like, you know, that's when all on business, you know, I cannot be, you know, I can't be too much focused, so I had to like mad at me for now, you know, I have to stop a little bit, but I can go back anytime. You know, we got our own radio. We got our own radio. You know, I can create any radio. I can create all that stuff. You know how podcast. We did a podcast back in Omaha back in 2011. Me, I know good. Really back on the early age. You know, when the podcast was popular, really heard about it. So when it comes to radio, you know, I'm kind of getting, if the schedule don't allow too much, you know, it's gonna be hard for me. But I'm gonna get back to it though. I'm gonna get back to it. You know. You
said that did I hear you say that you did a podcast back in 2011 with Johnny No Good?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We were doing there at the what's that the store. There's a neighborhood store there. Dodge. What's that store?
Neighborhood store on Dodge.
You said Dot store?
Dodge boy. L42 store.
Oh,
L42 store.
Yeah.
The podcast over there, you know, back in 2011, you know, before everybody knew about internet radio, all that stuff. So, you know, and then I'm more doing music video at the same time. Then the music video side taking a little bit more of my time. So I started, I'm go way back. way back.
Yeah, I
You
think
know,
the
that's how
L42 store is like right around the corner from Abelardo's now, right off of 60th and Ames.
Okay. Yeah.
that's what's up. Yeah. So
Man,
man.
Man,
we gotta have you back, man, because we wanna definitely talk more about business, pick your brain on a lot of stuff, on how you grew your business. This whole season of Follow the Money is about. I want to know everybody's side hustles. I want to know everybody's dream. I want to know what they did to get to where they're at in their field. And I know that you're very generous in sharing that information with folks because you're a collaborator. And so I definitely want to get back with you and pick your brain on that. And you too, Katie. My relationship with Katie is that she's a businesswoman and been doing business ever since I met her, and will continue to do business. And so definitely want to pick both of your brains about business and how to do business and what it is that we can share with the people and help teach the people to enhance their business as well. Before you guys get out of here, let us know. Give us again your offer. What do you offer the public here? What are the offers? What is it that you can that people can buy your product? What is that? Tell us what that is.
You want to go first, Katie, or you want me to go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Katie.
So, like I was saying, we got a whole campaign going on right now, where we're offering packages for commercials, photo shoots, music videos, print ad. And by print ad, I mean like physical printing. If you need business cards, if you need pamphlets for flyers for an event, anything like that, anything that you could physically design and print out. So we are offering.
Check that
out.
Oh, sorry. I was like, wait a minute, what's going on? So yeah, there we go, right there. So another perk of what we are offering is once you put your money down, we are offering 24 to 48 hour turnaround on your project.
What?
So hey, thank you for that reaction. Wait. Yes. We're not playing. We're not playing.
So if you shoot a 30-second video or a
you
music
can get
video
it tomorrow.
Yes, we done it. You know, that's what I do. You know, sometimes
look at Paul. You know the value of that.
It's like I'm a people. You know, just a little quick. You know, everywhere I go, I always try to come different. I always try to bring some that every talent. You know, some of the stuff that I do here, people still amazed. Don't be surprised. I don't think that because in Atlanta, you know, for example, when I do this recap, I can go to a show, I record the show, and before the show is over, everything done. You know what I'm saying? I tried so many times here, people look at me like I'm just crazy. I've done almost 2,000 music videos. I've done I can create videos like so I can come to your
working.
I can come to that, but it comes from preparation though. I have to ask you your ideas, what you're trying to do, your logo, your stuff, everything that you know ready before you call Vado Fame, because you call Katie Raine, you gotta be ready because we can then tomorrow you're gonna be ready. So when you're ready for that, if you ask for your logo, if you don't have it, you're gonna hold things. If you ask for some additional footage or additional things that you gotta be able to provide that. And that's sometimes the problem that we run into with some people, because taking 3 months, 6 months, you know. So when they do business with us, they're like, you're holding this, you gotta go get this together. No, we tell them like, look, you can come into your day and then tomorrow is ready, or in 48 hours. It's got all the
and that's the sorry, I was trying to cut you off, Vado. Then that's the power of our team. Like I said, I do a lot of the behind the scenes, so we keep it moving. And we let everybody stay in their own place. And we actually encourage that. And Vado does a great job at that. Like the editor should not be the secretary today. Like what is he not doing that?
Stay in your lane, right?
Yes.
That's how the teamwork makes the dream work. Everybody got, you can't have a quarterback trying to catch the ball and kick the ball, and you gotta play your role.
Look, I got to tell you about the value of that. I just watched an interview with Magic Johnson at the Harvard Business School, where Magic said that the key to success is to know your audience and to over deliver. And I don't know any video company, black, white, or otherwise, that can deliver next day 2-day service. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody's doing that. You're over delivering to us, and that's why. And now I know your secret of success. Why you're successful. That's a beautiful thing.
You know,
like that's very
that's
significant.
really came from, you know, that's really music videos, because, you know, as a business owner, you got to, you know. So me, when I was shooting video, that's all I was doing. So I had to make sure that deliver. So when you see your video, you ain't got, like, when you look at it, like, oh my God, this is what I didn't ask me to make any changes, any this, any that, you know what I'm saying? So you know that you got, if I go to, so that's how I built that thing, because I used to over deliver, you know, on the quality, on the work. I don't miss on my back end payment, because that's all I was doing. You know what I'm saying? That I carry on over the years. You know, now that I'm doing it, you know, I'm trying to get back to challenge for me. Okay, let me get back to that. You know what I'm saying? Trying to, you know, because when you start editing, you know, the editing, it's like an inside thing. This on your computer to edit. You know, as a good editor, it doesn't take that long. But some over the time, you know, if you have so many customers and all that stuff, that's what takes so long, because you gotta, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm trying to do with this campaign, you know, is that, for example, I come to Omaha on Saturday, you know, say we shoot on Sunday. Before I leave Omaha, I think about your video. I already get everything done. So for me, help me mentally, help me. By Monday, got something to post on your social media. You can make money, you know, why wait? You know what I'm saying? You just expect to make money off the thing that I'm giving you. So the more it takes, you know, the more potential money that you could have. So what if I come on there, okay, you give my money, I give the thing, you know, you make your money, I make my money, and then I go on my business, you go on with your business. I'm just doing this campaign, but this campaign is so special. You know, it's just not like a typical, you know, that's the butt of this campaign. The 2 days, you know, one time, you know, the fact that you can, you know, you don't have to have all the money, all the money now. You know, you can $3.99. If you got $3.99, you can like your major shoot until you're ready. You know what I'm saying? And then at the end of this campaign, you know, we're gonna pick all the businesses that did the pick one business, and then we're gonna offer them another service up to $2,500. You can double dip on your investment. You know what I'm saying? And you can make payment.
We're gonna have to.
And you can get your name in there twice if you book service, and if you recommend somebody and they book with us.
We're gonna have to dig deep some more into this, bro. We're gonna have to get moving here right now. But I want to dig deep. Give us all of the flyers and the information that you have on all these things, because I'm gonna be passing this around. I believe in this product in a real way. And first of all, we're gonna get something done, and we're gonna let everybody else know. But yeah, drop all that on us and let everybody know where they can get a hold of you. Just you can kind of shout it out now too. Just let them know how to get a hold of you in the business, and we'll bring you on another time too, and dig even deeper. So let us know, Vado, where can we find you?
VadoFilms.com. You know, everything is Vado Films, at Vado Films, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, whatever is Vado Film. Follow the rabbit. Follow Vado Film everywhere.
That's what's up. Katie Raine, where can we find you?
You can find me at Katie Raine. Follow the rabbit. Everywhere in Raine's production. And Raine is RAINE. So you can find me at Katie Raine. And then I also have a juice company. You brought up Raine's Magic, the Detox, earlier on the radio. That organically grew into a juice company as well. So I offer wellness products, and that's Raine's Magic, the Detox. So
sweet. We'll have you back on, and you have to bring some juices next time you come too, for sure.
Oh, I should have brought some freaking wellness. I should have brought some shots. I had to take a shot before I came here.
It'd be too early in the
about wellness shots.
It'd be too early in the morning to think of these things. I understand totally. Thanks for coming. We're gonna let you go now, but thanks for coming, and we'll catch up with you guys real soon.
All right,
Right
thanks
on.
for having us. Thank you so much, Paul. I'm happy
Absolutely.
to see what you. Speaking of what we got going, I love to see what you got
Oh yeah,
going.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. We'll take a quick break and let them
Man,
get
keep
out of
going,
here.
bro.
Thank you, bro.
Likewise,
Appreciate you.
likewise.
We'll be talking soon. You guys hook up. You guys are in Atlanta together.
Yeah,
Hook
yeah,
up.
yeah. I'll be in touch, bro.
In touch, man.
All
We're gonna
right,
link up.
then. That's Buddi3 Da Gawd.
Hey, all right.
Right
Good seeing you,
on.
Katie.
Good
You
seeing
too.
y'all. You guys have a good one. Peace, peace, peace. Ladies
There
and
you
gentlemen,
go.
there it is. Deejay Vado, Katie Raine in the house. We'll take a quick break and let them get out, get on about their day, and we'll come back and jump into the hap. Stay tuned. We'll be right back for Sky Omaha Radio, for Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
Paul B, Buddi3 Da Gawd, Star Trek Rich. Yo, yo, yo. Thanks, Pops. Is your musical crack for the day?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I got
It's
some
one,
more.
it's one of them ones.
I got some more of that. I found you.
I needs it.
Oh man, really appreciate everybody that's tuned in, that came in and stuck with us around here with Katie Raine and Deejay Vado, and glad to have them on. I've been wanting to have them on for a long time, man. We really didn't even really have time to dig into the business aspect as much as we were, but we'll have them back, and I have some very specific things to talk about with them when it comes to the business, because you're talking about these are some young black folks doing business and reaching some heights that we're dreaming of reaching. So
Man,
really, really appreciate that. Appreciate everybody who tuned in on that.
with it.
International with it, man, for sure. So thank you very much. It is 8:48 right now. If you believe in the concept of time, in the chat, Von Chapman is saying if we're going to look at disinvestment with Chris Baby Boy Bolin, we need to also look at what actually happened to those purposely displaced, disenfranchised, and disadvantaged. How many from the targeted area actually qualified to buy or were allowed to rent homes in the 75 North project? Can Chris Bolling track and find out exactly where and what actually happened to all those families displaced, disenfranchised, disadvantaged, and discouraged as a result of the land grab by the local philanthropists? Those are good questions, and I know that a lot of the articles they did seek out folks. They even had us looking for folks that wanted to talk about some of these things and their experiences. So some of the articles they wrote did have examples of people that have been through those things. As far as those numbers and as far as all the displaced families, don't even know if that's something that they can really look at in a complete way that way. But I think they're doing their best on that. But yeah, I agree. There's some good questions. Hold those questions because we're going to do a roundtable with them about this disinvestment situation. Von, Brother Chapman, if you want to be a part of that talk, we already got Precious involved. Miss Erica Felt says that she would be happy to come and talk about the child care aspect of those things. And Brother Chapman, if you want to come in and ask these questions and put some of these things out too, we'll pass these requests along and see if they have any insights that they can bring to that roundtable when we finally do have it. But let us know if that's what you want to be a part of. We're definitely down for that. So excuse me. So yeah, thanks very much. I'm glad you brought that up because we wanted to put some attention on that disinvestment series again. If you go to the Reader, they actually have a place now where you can go and look at all of those articles that are in that series. They put that together based on what we talked about with him Monday. and as of Tuesday, you had it up. So if you haven't had a chance to read all those articles yet, then you got one. You can go to one place and check them out now. The Disinvested series is on thereader.com. Go check it out. Go catch up on it. And when we a couple weeks from now, we'll be putting a roundtable together to talk more about it. So I'll pass those requests on and see where we're at.
A lot of good work in that. Definitely make sure you treat yourself and don't cheat yourself. Again, the whole point of that project is to look at the lack of investment in North Omaha, which is what we're all about this season. Again, following the money. Where is it going? Where is it not going? Where is it coming from? So again, Disinvested is the name of the series. Definitely, as Paul said, go ahead and check out that new link where you can see everything.
That'll work. Buddy, as we are moving a little closer here to the HAPs, you want to do a little quick rundown of the rest of the things we were going to talk about? A little
lightning round.
Yeah.
Actually, we did pretty good on the stories today, man. We got into just about everything that we wanted to discuss. I did want to wrap back around to the Nebraska Hall of Fame hearing that's going on today, talking about the Malcolm X again in being inducted finally, hopefully, into the Nebraska Hall of Fame. It's a shame that he is not already, but hopefully, he'll finally get his just due. This will be the second congressional district public hearing today, Wednesday, from 6 to 8 at the Revive Center. That's 2402 Lizzie Robinson Avenue, kind of the 24th and Lake area. Again, that's 2402 Lizzie Robinson Avenue at the Revive Center. That hearing is a public hearing. It is from 6 to 8 p.m. Also, if you cannot make it in person, there is a Zoom link available. Just go to Nebraska, history.nebraska.gov/Nebraska Hall of Fame for more information.
There you go.
So yeah, if you can make it in person for that, please do. Also, we did not get into this whole equipment swap between the police and the Tactical 88. I don't know how much we want to touch on that one, but if you're not familiar, big shout out to our friends over at Seeing Red Nebraska who posted this on their Instagram page. Apparently, the city of Omaha is going to swap tactical gear with 88 Tactical, a gun range and training facility in West Omaha, and apparently the city will receive $19,000 worth of helmets and rifle plates, and then also, or no, they will give that to 88 Tactical, and the city will receive $2,500 worth of various gun stuff, attachments, what have you. But the city again is making this exchange with 88 Tactical, and as Seeing Red Nebraska calls it, the definitely not Nazis with thousands of dollars worth of protective gear. So yeah, what do we make of this? I know there's been some talk about the recognition of all of the active hate groups in Nebraska, and what are some of the connections to some of these gun ranges and things like that. As Brother Von Chapman is asking, are they anticipating a war? I don't know about that, but I mean the militarization and just the rampant spending and arming of Omaha police is quite alarming.
And we talked about Tactical 88 before. They came to my attention like last year, and I just realized, they've kind of made it a recreational act. It's a recreational park for
the family,
for gun lovers. Have some pizza, and go out and shoot some targets, and get ready for war for the whole family. So and then we had some folks on. We had people like Senator Justin Wayne, put some respect on his name, that goes to 88 Tactical and practices shooting over there, and wasn't really coming across as he was seeing anything into it. So maybe I'm reading more into it than I should. I'm not sure, but I do know that the information that we did have about them did have to do a lot with police chiefs and other people in the police department that are members of that particular gun club, that particular gun facility. They have levels inside that facility of VIP levels and things like that high police chiefs and stuff are in. So there's very close, and as you can see now they're talking about doing a swap. There's a very close relationship there between Tactical 88 and the police. Interesting. They've pulled the request. Marianne Williams says they pulled the request.
They pulled it. That's interesting. But Paul, I will say this: you're not reading too much into it. There are some things, just knowing personally some of the owners, again, close family relation with some of the owners of that organization, and some of the mentalities and some of the ways that they look at certain demographics of people will tell you exactly what you need to know about that. Now I'll just leave it at that. And then also the whole 88 and that connection to white supremacist groups, and the 88 is supposed to represent the phrase Hail Hitler, because the letter H is the 8th letter in the alphabet. White supremacists are also fond of the number 18 to represent the initials A and H, as Adolf Hitler. So there are definitely some connections.
Well, there's also if you ask them about it, what it is a police code for everything's all well. So that's what they're saying the 88 comes from. Interesting stuff. Marianne Williams is putting the article in from the Nebraska Examiner. Definitely check that out. I'm gonna check that out myself for sure. Also, Deejay Vado, they are ended up pulling it from the agenda with no comment. Haven't seen that name before. Appreciate you if you're a first time listener and chat chimer. Appreciate that and appreciate your input there. Definitely some breaking news in the moment here for us. So appreciate that. Also, that's what Kateri Human Petro says. They said it was police for all clear. Code 88. So just interesting stuff to think about. And the scary part for me has to do with the fact that this is kind of like a recreational center. This is fun for the whole family. Learn how to shoot. Learn how to protect yourself. It's a fun park for learning how to protect yourself from what enemies. I'm not sure, but I have an idea of what they think the enemies are. And that's the kind of culture we live in. We live in a culture where that's the kind of business that's thriving in a big way, and are definitely connected to the police in a lot of different ways. So anyway, not getting too far off into that. We only got about 3 minutes left. We'll probably have to save the haps for a little later. Definitely glad that you found the location for that one, so that we can, if you want to go speak about Malcolm X being in the Hall of Fame. Definitely check that out. And today, that's happening today.
Yeah, 6 to 8. The Revive Center, 2402 Lizzie Robinson Avenue, 6 to 8.
Yeah, and I wanted to leave off before we get out of here. Wanted to leave off on one thing. I started to talk about my cousin's wedding earlier in the show, and that was because I was thinking about another wedding that just happened. Our own Simone Sanders ran off and did a secret wedding, Beyonce album drop style. Just dropped it on us like, we already did it. Here's the photos. Okay. All right. Then.
No, I follow her on social media. I caught a glimpse. She did like a recap video of the Airbnb they had in Miami for the bachelorette pad. And she did it up right, man. She did it up right. Definitely proud of Simone Sanders. Just making Omaha proud, making the North Side proud, doing big things. If you're not familiar, check out Simone Sanders show on MSNBC on Peacock. She's doing big things as a political commentator and analyst. So congrats on the new on the marriage.
And those who don't know who she is an Omaha native. Her mother is T.D. Sanders, who is right now chief editor over at the Omaha Star. And we will have T.D. Sanders on next Monday, representing the Star, talking about some of the news that's going on. So very, very nice connection to Omaha there. Then we love Simone Sanders. Nah, you shut up. She's powerful.
Oh yeah, no, she don't care, man. She doesn't hold back. Black girl magic all the way, man. So yeah, big shout out to her.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. We'll save the haps for Friday. Have a little bit more extensive haps. So join us then, and come on through. We got a special guest coming on Friday as well. I don't have the name handy with me right now, but we definitely have special guests coming in, and of course, all of you, the chat chimers. Tell a friend. We want to get as many people talking and conversating about these things as possible. Always take a look at what's going on with your own personal finances, but also follow the money when it comes to what's going on in our local politics, because that's a very, very important situation. Lots of millions of dollars passing by us on these streets every single day, and some areas get it, some areas don't, and we got to kind of be the fourth estate on taking the lead on watching what happens and being a part of the movement. Who watches the watchers?
Man. So Yeah, until next time, we appreciate, we love, we thank all the chat chimers, especially those of you letting your mind be free, letting your voice be heard. That's what it's all about. Continue the conversation. Don't just come here and chime into the chat, but also take the conversation to your family, your friends. Let them know what's going on in the community. And again, let's all get down to the bottom of it together. So with that, big shout out to our guests. As always, enjoy Politicin with P. Big shout out to Miss Precious McKesson. Also, shout out to brother Deejay Vado and Katie Raine for dropping through. We appreciate y'all. Until next time, Paul B.
Yo.
Take it away.
Right on. Marianne Williams says, shout out to Seeing Red Nebraska and other independent news sources for keeping an eye on OPD and LPD.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Shout out to all those folks. Pop says, this show just keeps getting better and faster with time. Thanks for another great show. See you Friday. Pretty soon, Pop's going to blink and the show's over.
It's going to be over.
Miss E says, glad everyone is back. Drink water, run your money so it doesn't run you. I heard that.
I like that one.
Check your health and be good to yourselves. Appreciate you coming up with them slogans, boy. I'm trying to tell you what, loving it. Leigh Keezer says, appreciate you guys. See you Friday. Thank you so much. We will see you Friday. I want to give a shout out to the Omaha tribe elders for allowing us to be on this land and speak while we're here. Now I know out in Macy, Nebraska. Shout out to Macy. And I want to give thanks to our elders for allowing us to be here as well. Just went over and talked to Brother Marshall Taylor's wife. Man. And sat back there with her working on some stuff and just got so much of the Brother Taylor vibe back there, man, and the wisdom still floating around that room in the Afro-American bookstore. Definitely go check the Afro-American bookstore out and solicit, buy some books, buy some support. Definitely check them out. I want to give a shout out to all of you, the chat chimers who are in the chat and discussing these things with us. Very, very much appreciated. And also all of the people that are reoccurring members of the channel as well. Thank you so much for that. We have $10 members, $25 members, $50 members, and we want to thank every last one of you for allowing us to continue this by helping monetarily. If you have not become a reoccurring member and you choose to do so, any amount will help, and we really appreciate that. So go to firstskyOmaha.com, hit the donate button if you're so inclined, so we can continue this conversation as well. So thank you very much to everyone. We will see you Friday where we will have a more extensive haps about all the things that we got coming up, because there are some things. I got to say, before we do that, I do have to show this one real quick. Red Velvet open mic at the Benson Theaters is happening. This is what Verbal Gumbo used to be. They've passed the mic down to Red Velvet Curtain, and that's happening Thursday. I got to say it now because that's a Thursday event. So I hope to see you all there. Bring your poetry, do the thing. It's going to be that same kind of vibe as Verbal Gumbo. Check it out at the Benson Theater, July 21st. That's Thursday night, 8 o'clock. Red Velvet Curtain open mic. Check it out. And we'll see you Friday. So thanks a lot. Have a good one. Peace.
By the way, Vanguard. This is protected by the Red